any super quick? Do we need any recapping from last time? Can we remember anything apart from the alien suppository?
No,
Only thing we can all remember.
I'm blotting it out.
That I saved the whole group.
Apart from me, there's no saving me.
Oh, there is. Professor will save you.
Oh well, I've got a plan.
Yeah,
you
I've
have
got a plan.
You got a little baby inside.
Can't help but think
Yeah,
that Cassie's plan is somewhat
Baby.
self-destructive.
Yeah, but
Well,
they're going to leave
but-
me alone and we can get intel.
I'm sure I have the right tea in my collection for you.
You're not sticking anything up my butt.
No,
Especially tea.
but I also. I mean, even though it's the most effective way of ingesting medicine, I would say.
You would
Okay.
say that, yeah, you would.
I would say with my medical degree, professor, whatever,
In proctology.
and also I have different ways of healing. Like,
Haven't seen any of that yet.
yeah, well, you just have to trust.
Trust. Oh dear.
So come to me maybe on Thursday around 8 o'clock. I have a free spot. Yeah, we will see what I can do.
If we're still alive Thursday. at 8
I'm
o'clock, shall we?
changing my rival
Yeah.
because my previous rival is dead now, so I could go back to.
Oh yeah.
Is,
I don't know, that feels like a threat.
is Emily dead?
Yes, she got
It is-
shot to pieces by the professor, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Deactivated.
or at least
He's
as dead as a
deactivated.
robot can be.
Synthetic can be, yeah.
Yeah. We could plug her
Oh.
head into a battery and get her to chat, but.
I'll have to change
Yeah.
my thingy then.
Yeah, you could do that.
I forgot that she was actually dead.
System shut down. Here we go. You can, if you wanted to, what you would do is make a comtech roll, and then you'd be able to speak to her. So it's like equivalent of like hot wiring her to be able to talk, but she's a mess. She can't do anything.
Alright,
I mean, she's.
Cool.
I mean, I guess you could repair her if you wanted to, but
Eh.
I don't think you would want to do that.
Don't think so.
A shift of work and a comtech roll is required to repair all lost health points and all critical injuries, as long as they haven't suffered a system shutdown, which she has. I think you rolled a critical D6 on her. She's torn to shreds or crushed. So yeah, you can still like use a comtech roll to talk to her if you wanted to, but she's completely fucked. You can't repair her or anything.
Righty ho.
Does she still have a consciousness?
Well, I guess so, because if you wanted to talk to her, you could talk to her. But
Where-
she's a synthetic, so
Where does her consciousness reside?
Oh, this philosophy 101.
philosophical conversation. Yeah, I
Well, it's
can't
not
answer you
because
that.
she's a synth, so she must. If you can still talk to her, there must be some part of her.
I would presume the
Yeah.
head,
It's,
right? Because you see
Yeah,
Bishop
Yeah.
is decapitated and he talks.
Mm.
So he hasn't got the rest of his body, so presumably somewhere between the ears.
Must be in the head.
That
yeah.
would be my guess from what we know
Yeah.
of the films.
I think it would be worth asking her about my gift or whatever she calls it.
I don't think we're going to learn anything that we want to know, but sure.
no. Also, having to think, it's not just that one in the original movie. I think there's another synth that gets his head knocked off and still talks.
via the
Yeah,
head.
like the very first movie is Ian Holm and then Bishop in the other movies.
Yeah, that was another one.
Well,
Well, I think because right, okay, so we got like a vague plan, right?
the best kind of plan, a vague outline of a plan. Yeah.
And was it to like basically blow up this part of the ship and get to the other half of the ship
Oh,
and run away?
Yeah, that plan was to blow up the part with the aliens in and be in the other part that hasn't got the aliens in.
Right, and what about the people or the colonists?
The plan was to assess their status and if there was any viable possibility of extracting them, then to do so. But if they're crawling in aliens...
Right, well, so what Cassie will do then, I mean, she would like some confirmation because at this stage it's only a guess that she's got a little baby inside her. She would like to ask someone who is tech savvy to speak to Emily and just get it confirmed.
I can do that, I say reluctantly. I mean, are we also going
It
to...
requires some medical experience.
It doesn't require any medical experience. It requires com tech. She's a synth.
It's a hedge. You can't insert a suppository into the android's body.
The wrong hole, sir. The wrong hole. Keep them away.
In her ears.
Suppositories.
Pository in each ear. Are we going to...
Also, my contact skills are on 2.
Excellent. Nearly half as good as mine. I will... Go on. Get out of the way. Are we going to rest? I say, looking around. I mean, we're just drenched in sweat and we've been...
Listen, the longer we stop and do anything, the more chance I've got of having a chest hugger coming out of my chest.
I realise that. It's a calculated risk, but I don't know about you, but I felt considerably better than this. I say twitch, 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 twitch. And if we're going to do anything like, I don't know, get out of here and destroy those things, we need to be in the right state of mind, don't we?
Maybe we should think about the topic that no one wants to talk about. What about an abortion? Aborting the little alien.
I want an abortion. Give me an abortion now.
Then I would say let's go back to the med bay. There is a chair.
Well, before we do that, I can either walk down the corridor and go and see what's up with the colonists, or I can go through the vents.
Speaking
You know what? Let's just do it right here.
Speaking above the table,
Abortion.
what are our stress levels?
I'm on 2.
You're not too bad.
Oof.
I'm on 4.
Not good. I'm on 5.
I'm
Also-
on 7.
I can reduce the
dreaming.
stress level of another character right now because we're out of combat.
And how's York?
I am also on 4.
So there's quite a bit of group stress here. So I do.
So you can spend 5 or 10 minutes spent resting in a safe area that's secured from enemies as far as you know. Your stress level is reduced by 1 point. For every 5 to 10 minutes, you can bring your stress down by 1 point if you're in a safe place.
And I can also turn down the stress, right? Of one person, not of everyone. But of...
Okay. So can I suggest?
Yes. Once per turn, you may reduce the stress level of another character.
Awesome. So then, in that case, let's
Within shot range.
Let's secure cargo bay 2. We shut the doors. We drive that vehicle that you said was in there and park it in front of the door just to make it harder. We'll make sure the lift doors are shut and locked. If we can secure that, we do a brief rest, and I'll get the head of the synth. And after I've rested, use Comtech to establish communication with Emily.
How long do we need to rest for?
5 or 10 minutes for 1 point of stress, So every
Right.
5 to 10 minutes you rest, you get rid of 1 point of stress.
Because I can feel this thing inside me now. It's burrowing.
Anyone
It's
knows how long we have?
You want me to check?
I don't know if I want you to touch me.
Just sit down, take a deep breath. Wait a second, I'm just going to align the lights better in this room. That should also reduce the stress level of York because he's my buddy, and this is like a very meditational way of aligning the lights in the room.
At this point, I drive the tractor really noisily over to the door. Oh, sorry!
This kind of light therapy, I learned it in the mountains of the Himalayas when I was in the tribe. And it's very effective, especially in space. So, York, you should already feel your pulse a little bit slower. Can you confirm that your stress level is dropping?
The fact that I'm holding onto this flamethrower ready to use it at any moment, I can say no. Though what might help is if this fucking room has my smart gun. I'm gonna start rummaging through all the boxes to see if my smart gun's in here.
Okay. So, Cargo Bay 1 has no door on because it got melted through, but Cargo Bay 2 is okay. You can just like open and shut that door. Cargo Bay 1 is covered in all this like black resin, but most of it's burnt away. You can see where Giles was stuck in the black resin and he's all like burnt away as well. But the resin means that lift at the top there up here is all like gunked up and gummed up. You can't like make it work. If you wanted to go to the upstairs, there's an airlock there that's also gunked up. But if you come into this room, you can have a search around and you'll find like, I don't know, a crate that had your written on it. It was all your belongings that you weren't allowed to, like, just have around the ship. Yorg's belongings. So what was the gun that you had in storage? It was one of those great big ass...
Yes, it was that massive smart gun that...
Like the sentry gun or something.
Yeah, it just tore them in half.
Right. Yeah, so you can find that. That's cool. I think anyone else, if you think you would have had another weapon that you don't have on you that you would have been put in storage, let's say you can also find see, Emily's got the gun that Higgs found, the big plasma gun.
I'll get that
take
one.
that if somebody wants to use that big experimental thing.
Yeah, the plasma pulse rifle, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll take the one.
Somebody can take that.
How much charge did it have still?
Let's have a look.
I think 4, right? I think we only used it once.
Yeah, it had 4, yeah. It's got 4 on it.
And if anyone wants the machine gun, the pulse rifle, you can have that because I've got my smart gun and I'm very happy now.
Are you really going to...
Okay.
So, my tactic of calming you helped after all. Your stress level is dropping.
Cassie's decided that she will get the doctor to have a look and see if the doctor can work out how long she's got until the event.
Alright.
Okay.
But no suppositories.
Why would I use a suppository for a diagnosis?
Because you always want to use a suppository.
It's your
But
secret
not for a
agenda.
diagnosis.
You're
Yeah.
a
Inflict
bum
suppositories
obsessive.
on everybody.
Bum obsessed.
You're still in that phase.
Okay, so we are in a
Okay.
safe spot right here,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't touch
If
my
you're
boob.
in the cargo bay, you can. I'll put all these fried ones out of the way, and you can take Emily's. I'll just make her a bit smaller so you can like unscrew her
head.
head and take that in with you.
She's so small now I can't pick her up.
Puzzle gummage.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, I'll start working on the head whilst the doctor, and keeping a skeptical eye on the doctor to make sure he doesn't do anything inappropriate.
Oh, okay.
How do you know what's
So,
appropriate in a situation like this? Did you ever have
What?
an abortion?
Why are you talking to my thoughts?
Okay, so you're all in this cargo bay 2, all good. You're having a mooch round. You find some gear. There's also, like we said, there's like a little ATV. This is like a great big garage, and there's crates and stuff. There's like, you know, digger and all the ins and outs that are for colonising a planet. You know, you have a mooch around, you find your crates of Jorg's possessions, the big gun, and then, I mean, you can. So you want to. The doctor wants to do a examination on Cassie, but
There's something
you
I
don't
can
really have-
observe in this room that might be helpful.
not really. I mean, this is like I say, it's like a garage. There's machines in here, but it's not a medical place. But then
Yeah.
you know that upstairs there's another med lab on the up in this lift. This lift that does work leads up to the smaller bridge where there's another computer that controls everything. There is another little science lab and a little med lab. So you might be better off going up there.
We might be fortunate,
Up there.
and that med lab up there might have a functioning X-ray unit. Because the other ones were offline, conveniently sabotaged, obviously, by Giles and his cronies.
I don't think I need an X-ray lab. I think the two things I need is a glass of water and a pen. I can make a full diagnosis with that.
Okay.
Can't we just go up to the X-ray machine? Let's just go up to the X-ray machine, please.
Yes, let's go up to the
Let's
X-ray
see.
machine.
Well,
Please.
Everyone gets in the
please.
lift and goes up
Could I-
stairs.
could I see if we've
Go on.
before that happens? Because I've been fiddling around with Emily's head,
Yeah.
for want of a better phrase.
Emily's head, yeah.
Do a comtech and see if I can get that to speak, so we can get.
Well, it's your life. We can do it here, right now. Save us time.
Let's just go up in the lift.
Oh,
Right, it's your baby.
Baby.
Okay, so yeah, Professor, you can do that.
Okay.
Everyone else can go up in the lift if you want while they're,
Yeah.
or you can just do that while Jorg's unpacking his.
Oh, yeah,
giant gun.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
So
got
you
unpack
find, like-
it, strap it to me, all of that. So
no dice to add or subtract.
Let me see. I don't think so, unless you can make a case for something.
I've just got a success and a panic, so that's good.
Okay, so roll your panic
Ugh.
and
Thank God I de-stressed a bit earlier.
have a switch. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1. Now it is everybody in this room because you're doing it while.
Great. Thanks
Wait,
for nothing, Doctor.
Did we have time to de-stress while, like, since we started playing?
Well, let's say you would have had 10 minutes, so you can take your stress level down by 1,
Okay.
and then when this happens, it's when Emily's head starts coughing and spluttering, and you know all that white stuff like
Yeah,
splats
and it's
out of her, like
splurting
in the
everywhere,
first
and I'm
movie,
just
Yeah.
freaking out. This is why
Yeah.
we need to
and
de-stress.
she's got like she's got the twitchy eye, you know what I mean, and then she's got one twitchy eye, and then one eye like looks around at you. Professor, I don't feel so good.
I'm not surprised. Tell me, what is it exactly? What is the nature of the alien inside Cassie?
She says,
Wait, what about my examination?
well, you can do that in a second. This
We can
is
still
going
do
on
that.
while everybody is while York's unpacking his gun. She says, "Oh, Cassie's special. She's so special. You can all have the gift, but not like Cassie. She has a queen. She's so lucky."
Unplug her.
Boom. You see as well when you unscrewed her head or whatever, which struck you as a bit odd. She's got a signet ring, which is kind of weird because she's an android, and androids generally
They don't
why
have
would they wear
personal
jewelry?
artifacts.
But this like signet ring, it's like a symbol. It says like, I'll just draw you a picture or something. Oh, let's see if there's the actual. But you see this symbol anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know that you would know what it is. Let me. I also wonder, should we have done
Alt
some
symbol.
kind of intro?
Oh, we're cool.
We did. Too late now, anyway.
We'll do one in post.
Okay. All right, cool. Just blend it seamlessly into the previous episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't find an actual symbol, but it's weird. She's a synthetic. She's got a signet ring. It's got like a symbol on it.
Is it an I heart alien type badge?
Not really. I mean, you could do a. This is where we need to know. Is there some kind of like history/folklore equivalent role?
I could do.
I have a
wits,
doctor in art history, so maybe a symbol is kind of art and history, so I'd be able to recognize it.
I'm so stressed out.
You-
I'm just
yeah,
going
I
to
mean-
rest now whilst other
Yeah. Okay.
things are done.
Well, it depends also if you show the ring to anyone. When you unscrew a head, and you see it, you could either just keep it to yourself or not be bothered, or you could show it around.
I'll just pop it in my pocket, and because I'm just covered in
All
goo
right.
anyway.
Okay, fair. Okay. So everyone's stress level has increased by 1 again because of the alien, the synthetic head. And then, Doctor, are you actually examining Cassie in the cargo bay with a glass of water and a pen?
No, we're going up in the lift.
If the patient is not cooperative, I can't do anything.
Well, there you
Go
go.
up
I will
in the
give you a -4 on your roll. 2 because Cassie isn't cooperating, and 2 because you've got no
won't
equipment except for a
examine
fucking glass of water and a pen.
And don't underestimate my powers. I grew up
Well,
in a tribe.
let's see it then. You
If
watch,
she's
you'll get
not
a million
cooperating,
successes
I'm
now.
not going to examine her.
Oh, good. I should hope
Go
not.
up in the
Okay.
lift.
Don't
Let's
have
go up in the lift.
-4.
Right.
non-consensual medical acts with a minor must warrant a breach of code of ethics, and I would not allow it.
Get 2 successes, and you panic. You're chasing her around with a pen and a glass of water. She's like, "Fuck her off!"
I'm like, get it out of me!
Okay, give us a panic roll then. Did you put your panic up when your stress up?
No.
Did you put your stress up when?
No. But I
so you
did
need to
now.
put that
It's
up
on
1
5.
first. Right, now
Okay.
roll for your panic and see what happens. Stress. You start to tremble uncontrollably. Water's going everywhere, spilling out. 4 squirrels using agility, which is mobility, range, combat, and piloting. So for a -2 modification until your panic stops. So for future reference, in a combat, if you're in this state of panic, it lasts until the next round, unless somebody commands you out of it. But so the doctor is panicking, trembling.
Oh my god,
You still-
something is moving inside you.
You still got 2 successes. You reckon that it'll be a couple of days. You reckon Cassie's got a couple of days. That's if nobody does anything. There's things you can do, like you know that if you froze Cassie in the cryo sleep thing and she was like in stasis, it would just freeze it.
Okay, Cassie, you have to be strong now. There are a few things we can do.
Right,
Number
but
1.
first... Okay, what?
Well, I have to tell you that there is something growing inside you.
No
If you
shit.
like it or not. Yes. But we can do something about it. Well,
Like
first
what?
of all, first thing, I have a selection of tea here.
Tea?
It might kill the creature inside, but that's a risky move. Another one would be to freeze you. We go back to the cryo bay and put you in one of the tubes. The
Yeah.
professor as well.
And then freeze me forever, or what?
Just for a few days, maybe, to see if the creature dies. But we can leave the professor.
Well, Professor, you said you could fix it.
I did, and I can. I say, having
Don't believe.
twiddled my Rubik's
I don't
Cube for
believe
10 minutes, head up the lift and let's go check out the science bay upstairs. But first of all, I'll flip on my motion tracker and see if I get any signs and readings.
Okay, so do a power roll for your motion tracker.
You have a very strong ginger tea. I believe.
Oh god,
Okay,
just
so
doing that
you're-
makes me panic.
Well, no, it's not a panic. That means it loses 1 power.
Oh, thank god. Right. Okay, well this
So
one is out of
was
power
it?
then.
It was on 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So finally, that 5% battery
Beep, 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 beep. Oh.
has run out. So it's like 4 zones. So like here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't see anything moving about.
I'm really looking up if I can on the next deck if there's anything
Yeah, you don't see anything within this like
that kind of
zones
area. Okay.
moving about. You don't see anything here moving about. So unless again they're playing musical statues.
Which they all want to
reckon you're
do.
good.
Okay, I'll
Don't I just go up, have a look, and then I'll come back down and tell you? Let's do that. She'll press the button and go up in the lift.
Okay, so
I'll go get a battery.
Cassie, you go up in the lift. You can take. I think Mitch has got some batteries, so you can just take one of
Yeah.
I think Cassie has
one of
some.
Mitch's batteries. Yeah.
I've got.
Okay,
I
cool.
think I've got 3 altogether.
Nice. Well, you can give one of those. So Cassie, you go up in the lift. You know the lights come on as you get in there. As you step out, it's like a small room. You know, there's some like boxes, and it looks like a bit of a storeroom, and then there's a door to a little science lab. So, but you don't see anything moving about in there. So you can go down and fetch everyone else.
Well, I wait. I'll just walk out and look around.
All right.
Because I literally am not worried about coming across any aliens now, because they're
Okay.
gonna love me because I've got their queen inside me.
Okay. So what I'll do is, then I will put. Where
So
are
I'm
we?
just
How
like
can I see it?
flouncing about now. I'm psychologically damaged, but feeling quite invulnerable.
Invincible, yeah, just swan straight in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, well, you would have took a key card, right? I assume.
Yeah.
So you can open everything and get in and out. So you head into the science lab. You use the key card to open the door. You go in. Inside you can see this is a big sterile room. It's filled with like glass containers. There's all different specimens inside. There's like bits of things. There's like bits of organs and whatever in jars like suspended in fluid. There is a container there that's got like a chest burster in it. That's just like floating and inside this thing. There's a couple of things that have face huggers like in the thing, and as you like go up to it, it like boom, goes onto the thing and starts like wiggling about in there. And then you see on the table there's like a medical like, you know, table, and on the table there's an opened up face hugger that's been like dissected and it's pinned out, and there's like there's a terminal in there, so you know you can look at whatever the information is on there if you want to do that, or you can just wait till you get
I'll
everyone
just
else.
wait till the others come up. I'll just sit in the corner and eat a Snickers bar or something.
I will.
Okay. Out of the science lab, there's another door that leads out of the science lab, and that leads through to, I guess you go to the door and peek out. It leads to, there's a bridge, there's a little door opposite to a med lab, and then there's just a corridor, and at the end of the corridor there's an airlock. So, but there's nothing moving about. When you look through the door into the med lab, you see there's another one of those med pod things, but it doesn't look like it's been damaged or, you know, I mean, I don't know if you would know to go and examine it, but if you go and have a look at it, it looks okay. It's definitely not filled with blood and guts like the other two were.
Right. Okay. Okay, I'll wait for the others to come up. And I'm guessing like they're gonna X-ray me. Is that the plan?
Do you
Might
need
help.
medical or contact skills for X-raying?
For doing it, hang on a second, right, I'm just going to get you all off of here and then put you on this upstairs. So while Cassie's up there and mooching about, anyone else want to do anything?
I'm resting.
He probably takes another 5-10 minutes, so you can all take another point of stress down if you're just hanging around waiting for her. If you're recovering stress, you can't do any skill rolls.
Okay.
Okay,
So
but
it's
can
only
I
not-
have a word with the professor?
Yeah.
I guess I could go back down and let everyone know that it's clear, that the coast is clear.
Look, I've done the blue side.
So I'll go back down and let them know that it's clear up there.
All right. So
Otherwise, they might never
Lift.
come.
yeah, the lift light comes on, and then after a minute, Cassie pops back out of the lift and says like, "Oh, it's all fine. It's all safe."
Great.
And then you all head up to the next floor. I'm going to put
What
you on the
also-
other map.
Go to the dissected alien and learn about the anatomy of aliens.
Right, tell me you can see... Can everyone see this map?
Yeah.
One changed over. So you're in the bottom right, there's just in that little lift, and you see Cassie's in here. So at this side of it, there's like boxes, like cabinets and stuff. You imagine there's some stuff stored there, whatever. And then through here is where there's specimens of aliens. There's like, you know, these containers with bits in. There's the table with a alien all dissected and that. There's a terminal, so if you want to look up the ship scientist's notes, you can do that.
I would love to do that.
Okay,
would learn
so you
everything.
can do that.
Like my eyes
Okay.
start to glow when I enter this room, like full of research data.
Yeah.
I'd actually also like
Alright.
to take a look in the journal.
All right. So you can both do that. There'll be a terminal in there.
How do
And
we
again,
get there?
because you've got the captain's key card, you can just help yourself to whatever's in there. So
There's something I can learn from these things.
yeah, if you spent enough time there, you could pick something up. I'll have to have a look. There might be a talent or something you could spend the hours studying, and then learn something that would basically give you a talent. But you'll have to spend you'll have to spend a day like studying everything. There's a lot of there's an awful lot of data there.
Yeah. Can I take
So-
the journal with me?
No, it's a computer terminal, so you can
Ah.
read it while you're stood at it.
Like, what does it say? Or like, how long do we have to spend reading to get an idea?
There's a lot of data about chest bursters. On one table there's an egg opened, and obviously the guy's been studying that. The ship's scientist is called Kauser, and this is all his notes. He was examining these creatures. So there must be like data about the place where they stopped, because this stuff he must have got when they stopped at the diverted place, and brought bits and bats on board. So you probably see, like, on the computer terminal, like, you'll see photos of you might have seen it before in Giles's place, where there's a photo of this like alien temple, and there's just the floor is like just a sea of millions of eggs, and that was on the planet where they pulled over, where they went for that distress signal. So yeah, there's a lot of information about. There's information about the face huggers, the egg, and the chest burster, and it sort of tells you, like if your characters didn't know what we know from the movies, it tells you how they,
This life cell.
impregnate a person, and put
There
an egg in there. and
Also
whatnot.
some information about what they are, like what's harmful to them. Maybe it's very dark chocolate, or
Suppositories, definitely. Experimental drugs.
Ginger tea.
Ginger tea, yeah. Fire, they don't like fire. But it looks like this is that's a lot of information, and it's probably this guy's been studying aliens, xenomorphs, for a while, and brought his stuff here, which is on the terminal. But these specimens are only a week or so old. They're 2 weeks old, the ones that they found on
Okay,
this
so
planet. But he's obviously been giddy as a kipper, because he's got all this stuff to study.
So there's like no tutorial on how to perform an alien abortion.
Oh, maybe there is. I mean, actually, you could maybe, if you spend some time studying that, because you've got a few days. Cassie's got a few days. You could spend like the day studying the information, and you could do, if you're going to spend all the day there, you could do what would you do? Observation, probably, and see what you can pick up from the information, and then whatever success you get will give you a bonus to actually extracting a alien out of Cassie.
I mean, there's not much we can do here on this ship, so saving our last crewmates would be the highest priority.
I mean, we do still have
Nice.
to take a look at the other
Colonists.
passengers.
Yeah,
The colonists.
but
Mm.
maybe you can do that while I study the information
Mhm.
here.
I'll go and do that. I'll go and do
What is
that.
So yeah, Cassie, you might go just wander down to where the colonists are and have a look at that. What does Jorg and the professor want to do?
I'm gonna go over to this door over here in the med lab and seal it shut.
Nice. So yeah, when you look through that, you can see
We might
there
need it.
is. Well, you can see there is that's the other lift that went up and down to Cargo Bay 2, and you can see straight away that the lift is all gunked up from that black resin, and in that room there's like spores, like black kind of spores floating in the air.
Hey, yep, seal it.
Yep, definitely gonna seal it. Seal it
Nice.
shut.
Okay. Awesome. So you can spend a bit of time doing that. Professor, what do you want to do? Anything you want to do?
Again, whilst everyone's doing this, I will have my briefcase on my lap and my sort of my portable alien container, and I'm playing with my Rubik's Cube and I'm chilling myself out so that I can actually be useful. And when I've recovered enough, I would like to do two things. One is take that face hugger that was in the jar that's alive and put it in my containment unit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then head to the bridge.
Okay. You can do that.
I would like to.
So you go to the bridge.
Yeah, head over there.
And I guess you take the captain's key card off of Cassie. You had it to get up and down there.
If I might trouble you for that before you go skipping off to investigate the colonists.
I might need it though. Hasn't anyone else got one?
Just so as I can enter
Somebody's
into the bridge.
Somebody's got Black's
Yeah.
key card. So that you've got two, but the captain's one will get you more access.
Okay.
If you just
So
want it to,
can I
open
just
doors.
Open the door. Shall I just open the door to the bridge then? Is that what you want me to do?
I think that should be sufficient to get me inside. I mean, it would be useful to have it,
Okay.
but you'll probably need it more than me.
Well,
Well, if I just need one to open doors, I can take that other one, can't I?
take the other one. You could take Black's
Yeah.
key
Yeah,
card,
take the Louis.
Okay.
and then Captain Iron's key card goes with the professor.
Okay.
He goes off into the bridge. Okay. And then Mitch, did you want to? What do you want to do, Mitch?
I mean, I was gonna also just look through that journal.
Yeah, you can do that. So you hang out with the doctor, and you're reading that stuff. Cassie, I guess, trots off downstairs to go and investigate the colonists.
York, can
Yeah.
you go
Yeah.
with her?
I don't need anyone. Anyone who comes with me is just more likely to get hurt.
Dr. Punch, you
I'll
go
be
with
there.
At
her.
least. Then at least take the flamethrower, please.
So, can she lift the flamethrower?
I don't think I can lift the flamethrower.
She's got a lighter in there, so can anyway. She'll be fine.
I've got my
Okay.
mini flamethrower and I've got a gun. I'll be fine.
Okay, Cassie. Wait, don't you also have you have something to send us a signal when
Mhm.
you get lost, right? Okay,
Do
do
I?
that.
You have the watch. You have the watch, right? And everyone else can track you with a watch. Everyone knows where you are.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see where yeah, but I don't think I've got any way of actually contacting you.
No, we don't have phones or anything.
Any
well,
one
there's
of
there's
these.
intercoms all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
True.
Okay. So I can just hit you up on an intercom.
Okay. Have you got enough stickers?
Bag
enough
full of stickers.
Oh, Snickers. I thought you said stickers. Yeah, I've got
Okay.
enough Snickers.
Okay.
Right, bye.
Oh, okay, bye.
Take care.
She scuttles off.
Good. So Cassie gets the lift down. Professor, you're there on the bridge.
I am.
You can just access the computer terminal because you're looking for, because
Great.
you've got the key card.
Yeah, I'm looking at the best way to set up a program on the computer to separate the two halves of the vessel.
Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so you can give me a Comtech roll. You don't have any penalties because you've got the captain's key card. So.
Awesome. Two successes.
Oh yeah, 2 successes. Okay. So you find that you can program it. You figure out how to do it. You figure out how to do it and leave a T minus so and so window. You also
we
see.
We didn't only want to
you're-
separate the halves, though, right? We also wanted to blow up this half.
Yeah, that's the next step.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
You also notice that as you're going through the computer terminal and things that there's messages popping up and stuff, you see that there is a ship like approaching the Attis. This ship.
I'll get on the.
You guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Is that the Weyland-Yutani ship that we thought was close by?
Yeah. Yeah, they've
off
obviously like been searching for you. It's taken them a long time to actually find where you are because you turned off that
I'll get.
signal. But
I'll get on.
on.
I'll get on the intercom. Officer Mitch.
Yeah?
Weyland-Yutani are here.
Here, where? How close?
There's a ship approaching. I'll calculate how long we've got.
You reckon it's about 12 hours away.
Yeah, well, the good news is, we've got about 12 hours before they turn up. The bad news is they turn up in 12 hours and they're just going to...
And they've definitely spotted us, right?
They've been searching for us. I had that auto signal turned off, so they've clearly been looking for us. I mean, this must be their mission from the get-go. Otherwise they wouldn't be here, and they wouldn't just happen to find us in the midst of deep space.
Are we likely to outspeed them on this wreck of a ship somehow?
Well, possibly we might do. We'll lower the mass insofar mass is relevant in space. But yeah, I think we just have to carry on with what we're doing. Maybe if we sort of like time it to sort of like blow it up whilst they're bloody on board, bastards, that would be good. But we just have to carry on with our plan and just be aware that they're on their way.
I will also say we have the spacesuits and a plasma cannon.
Excellent.
Yeah, but there's no plan in my mind yet where we use those against Yutani, but we'll see about that.
I'm going to carry on investigating the computer because what I'd like to do next is find a way to overload the reactors so that I can blow up
you can do
the
that.
ship. Yeah, and I'll get that programming set up.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, so you got an extra success. You could
So
use
I'd
that
use it
to
for that.
straight out do that.
then further as another contingency plan, there are those massive nitrogen tanks. I wonder if there's a way to force those to eject their contents, because I imagine that a lot of cold liquid nitrogen in an alien
Oh yeah.
would be fun.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, you could do that.
Would you like me to do another contact?
Well, I realise also we didn't give out any story points, did we? So we should probably have a quick diversion and talk about if anyone's got story points in case, like, for stuff like this, you want to spend them. Or should we do that in the break? Have a 5-minute break in a bit and do it in that.
Yeah. Let's do it in the break.
All right. So yeah, you can. You could, like, because you're spending longer time in it, you could do another comtech roll and see if you can, like, get yourself more things, or you could push that roll.
Yeah, I'll push that roll. Oh, that takes me a stress, doesn't it?
Gives you a stress. Yeah. All right, so you spend, like, some time doing what you're doing, and then we'll see what everyone else is doing, and then we can come back and do
That's fine.
another roll. So Cassie, you head back down the lift.
Yeah.
Let me find the bloody map that you were all on before. Not that one. Not that one. Only in different maps. This one. There we go. So now I just got to figure out how to, because I know it's changed a bit, get Cassie on this different map. So I think I take, don't I pull the person's name and put it on the other map?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Ooh, split maps.
Did it work though? Cassie, you on a different map?
No, I can still see the other map.
Yeah. What's that button do? Locate player. Oh, that's handy. I don't know how to bloody do it since it's changed. It used to be easy when you dragged somebody onto a different map. I'll just force try it again. No. Maybe if I do. I've no clue. Steve, do you remember how to do it?
I haven't done it since they've changed it, so I can't help you, I'm afraid.
No, me neither. That's cool. Well, what I'll do then is I will put everybody back on Cassie's map. Let's see. Did that go?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Right. Now I'm stuck on the other map. Why is that? What map can everyone else see?
We can see where Cassie is. Well, I can anyway.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, same.
But you can't. Oh, Nick.
That's that's ridiculous. I've moved everyone onto the map, and now I can't go on it. What the fuck?
The joys of Roll20.
Oh shit. Well, you just walk around the map, come back up here when you're done.
Okay, well, I'm going to head down to where all the colonists are.
There we go. Right, it's okay, I found it. Just the equivalent of switching it off and switching it on again.
Oh.
So, cool. So, yeah, you head down that long... so when you get out of the lift, you see there's Emily's head still unplugged, because the professor unplugged it. And you go out there.
I'll kick it on my way past.
You football kick her head.
Yeah.
And then you head right down there, right down that long corridor till you get to the... So you get to this part here, which is like a terminal, and then you can just like look. I mean, I guess actually, if you've got the keycard to open the door, you could actually go in.
Yeah.
But you know that if you go on the terminal, you can kind of look in the cameras rather than go in the actual room. It's up to you if you want to do that.
I'll just go in the room. At this point, she doesn't care.
Okay, cool. So you go, you open the door, you go in. It's like we said before, the room's like sort of spherical, and all around the walls are just like little tiny. I guess it's kind of like a morgue, but inside all these like doors are where all the people are. So, I mean, you can go up to some and look in. Let's say they've got a window on again, so you just start like having a nosy through. So obviously you can only reach the ones that are at your level, but you can you start looking around, and first like handful you look in, they're fine, you just see it's like people sleeping. After a while you look in, you see that one of the colonists has got a facehugger on their face, like the tail's wrapped around the neck, and you go and look around a few more, and then you find there's another one. The more you'd guess, you'd guess by the amount of time you spend in here that about 1/4 of the colonists have got this infection. They've got face huggers on, so there's 2,000 colonists, so that's like 1,500 that are okay and 500 that are not okay. So
are there any aliens about, like actual roaming?
No, you just see that some of the colonists have facehuggers on, but you don't pass any other aliens, and the people with facehuggers on, they're all just asleep. They don't look like or anything like that,
So the ones that don't have facehuggers, can I tell if they've got like a baby inside them?
No, you think that how this has worked is that Emily has infected some of the colonists, and they're just like statically waiting. So once they get like unfrozen and come out, that's when they'll like get chest bursted out of or whatever.
But like not immediately, right?
Not immediately. Yeah.
Because obviously at some point I must have had a facehugger on me.
Yeah.
Which is gross.
It is gross. And you figure that what's made you and you do feel it, especially now you're aware of it, and every so often you start to get like a coughing fit. Yeah, and you saw this happen with Officer Black when you were in the canteen. He started coughing, and every so often you feel
with my parents too.
You feel a bit of this like cough brewing, but you know that didn't start happening until you got woken up out of the cryo sleep thing. So all the time you were in there, this hasn't actually affected you.
So I'll go to the comms unit and I'll radio to the others.
Yeah.
And I'll say what the situation is, and I'll just say, look, there's about 1,500 people who are not infected, and we shouldn't just blow them up. We should get them out of there, or kill the ones that are infected.
But of course, you're right, Cassie, we can't. The thing is, there's a ship approaching. We don't have time.
We've got 12 hours
to test 2,000 people.
Can't we just kill the ones that are infected somehow through their chambers, cryo chambers?
Take the cryo chambers that they are in and put them out the airlock.
Yeah.
But how do we figure out which ones are infected? We have to put them in the med bay first. We have to put 2,000 people into med pods to scan them.
Face huggers. They've got face huggers.
And we're sure that all the ones that don't have facehuggers aren't infected.
No.
I'm not taking anyone who's infected onto this ship.
Is there a way to see when these pods were last, activated, opened? Does anyone know?
Yeah, you would have to use the do the comtech roll to get into, probably the professor where he is could figure that out.
I'll sort that out. I shall get on to
On
the
the bridge.
contact station. I'll actually get my Seegson system diagnostic tool, which helps with computer
Nice.
operation, gives me a
All right.
+2,
All right.
and use that.
So yeah.
We should also make sure to thoroughly destroy the ones that are infected, so
4.
when we throw them out into space, there's not a chance of recovering them.
Look at that. 4 successes and no panic. That's amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so with your first success, you search through all the data, blah blah blah. You see that the infected colonists were their cryopod things were activated by Emily, because it comes out on the computer that she opened them at certain times, and they were in sort of stages, like a bunch at a time. So you think that she didn't carry in a load of facehuggers, so there must be some other way that she's infected people.
But she hasn't interfered with any of the other pods.
No, you get the idea that she's kind of told you she was intending on infecting everybody. She wanted to spread the gift to all the colonists, so she's just been doing that in stages.
Yeah,
There's
she
only so
came
much
from
you
that
can-
direction, didn't she, when she turned up?
Yeah.
So, is there any way, Professor, of messing with these pods?
What did you have in mind,
with the
Cassie?
infected? I don't know, gas them or something. Or should we just put them out in space, or what?
Let me have a look, because I've got 3 other contact results. Is there a way of interrupting the normal phase of the of the pods to kill the occupant?
And by the way, there's no aliens down here.
Oh, well, that's a blessing.
Yeah, with your second one of them 4 successes, you can figure out how to sort of manipulate the stats or whatever it is.
Absolutely,
the controls of each individual pod.
Yeah.
So you can, it'd take you a while.
Yeah.
But you could literally switch them all off, all the ones that.
Yep. I shall start.
You can.
I shall start building a
pulling the plug on
program
'em.
to do that. Yep, I'm on it. I can build a program and do that, and all the ones that have facehuggers in, we can terminate.
Okay, but we don't have any other way of finding out who the other infected people are. Except for throwing everyone into a med pod.
Yeah, I don't think going to be able to do that.
But don't we just want to get rid of the ones that Emily has fiddled with, surely? Because the other ones will all be alright, won't they?
In
Yeah.
theory.
The question is, they aren't in cryosleep, they aren't frozen, right? So do we know if the chest burst, if basically they can birth an alien while they are sleeping, or are we safe as long as we don't wake them up?
What, the ones that haven't, or the ones with the facehuggers, do you mean?
I mean, the ones that are infected but that don't have facehuggers. We're throwing out the ones that have facehuggers. unfortunately. But there's still a chance that some of them are infected, but we can't see that. So I wonder if we keep them and somehow are able to get away and test them all one by one in the med pod, give them a screening and kill all the ones that are infected, or somehow abort every single one of the aliens inside them. I'm basically wondering if, as long as we don't wake them up, if we have time, but I don't think that's the case in cryosleep, because it's not like they're frozen or anything.
Well, let's think what's happened to other people in cryosleep who've been infected. Have we come across anyone else in cryosleep where it's burst out of them while they've been in cryosleep?
I don't think
No,
so.
you've found the bits of the note from the captain, I think, that you sort of half uncovered, said that some of the people had got infected and then he'd dragged them to the med pods and put them in there to try to heal them up, and then the chest bursters had come out of them, so that didn't work. But it wasn't people who were already in cryosleep, you know what I mean?
Right. But the other thing is, we don't know if or where the rest of the ship there are aliens. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave this in your hands to decide what to do, and I'm just going to go and search the whole ship.
Okay.
Because if there aren't any more alive aliens in this half of the ship, we can get rid of the other half of the ship. And then I think we need to leave if this other ship is coming.
Absolutely, capital idea, Cassie.
But we don't want to give them any aliens.
No, why
So
should
we
they have
blow-
them? What good are they going to do with them?
Well, we can blow up the other half of the ship. Well, let me go and see where there are some, and I'm going to do this now because I'm not going to wait around to have a thing burst out of my chest.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go and search the whole ship. You don't need to follow me around with maps, Nick, if you don't want to, because that'd be a pain in the ass.
Okay. I mean,
So
that's going to take you if you go in literally right back down past the reactors, right back down that midship corridor, and then right back down to where your quarters are and everything. It's going to take you a fair while to get down there.
Yeah, and I'll
So
check out. I'll try and be systematic. Go up and down every set of lifts.
Yeah. Okay.
Check every little corner that I can find, and see if I can find any more aliens that are alive.
All right. Brilliant. Sorry, Bowers.
Is there a way to fly this ship from the bridge that the professor is on currently? Because there has to be, right? Otherwise, detaching the two halves wouldn't
Yeah.
be great.
I'll come on the com. I'm working on that. I think I might be able to get the ship going in the opposite direction from these WI chappies. Women's Institute spaceship. WY chappies. Keep us at bay from them as long as possible.
All right. Brilliant. Awesome. So Professor's busy. So Professor's busy on the bridge. Cassie's busy systematically going through the whole ship, checking for aliens. And Mitch and the Doctor are going through all this scientist research.
Yeah, actually, I think I've just started sitting in the corner and trying to figure out a way how to not kill 2,000 people but only 500.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
still
yeah.
keep
Cool.
us all
Dilemma.
safe.
A philosophical dilemma. Have you ever heard of the trolley problem?
Mhm. And
No trillion space problem.
I always thought I would refuse to pull the lever, but now that my own survival depends on it, I'm very, very tempted to just, get rid of them all.
There are no right and wrongs in this scenario.
I feel like there are only wrongs.
Depends on the
Slightly
perspective.
less bad wrongs. They're all wrong, but
Okay, so yeah, you all feel the ship start to like. It's really imperceptible. I don't know if you really would feel it on such a massive ship, but maybe there's a window and you see the stars and the light coming through from something start to shift, so you know that you're sort of changing direction. Cassie, you will find, well, by the time you get right down to the other end of the ship where you first started off, you find, because you're it's where your quarters and all that is. I mean, it's still like a ghost ship. You find that until you get right to where your quarters are, and then where all the crew quarters are, if you remember the panels to punch the number in and get in were like sabotaged, were busted. So you could try to get in. You could try to get inside one of the quarters, like your own quarters or whatever, if you wanted. But you'd have to do like a comtech roll with the penalty to try and like get the number in.
So can we assume that there is an alien in there? So I haven't seen any aliens anywhere else.
No, you haven't seen anywhere else. You're like, you're keeping your ears open, and you do.
I've got my
once or
movement
twice.
tracker.
Okay, so you would hear, and then you would see on the motion detector, like something in the vents, like a little blob skittering through the vents.
Which half of the ship was that on?
So you're down at the.
Oh right, so where I am, I see that where I am from the opposite end.
Let me see. Where are you now? You're still on the end where the.
Yeah.
Bloody big round thing is. So yeah, you're not on that end anymore. You're at the other end where you started off, where your quarters are. Let me find the bloody. Right, let me find here. Okay. Where are you? There you are. So I'll do the same. What I'll do is I'll just put everyone on this map for now. Now, if I delete your tokens because you're not here, can you still see the map, or does it go black for you?
No, you can see the map.
Yeah,
Oh, there we go. Awesome. So Cassie, what you see is, firstly, you hear a little carry on from in there where the professor put a. Oh no, it was dead, wasn't it? No, you don't hear anything from in there. Sad. As you go further down here, what you see on your motion tracker is along the vents here, something like skittering along the vents. So you know it must be small because it's fitting in the vents. So.
And the living quarters, I might just go and bang on some of the doors and see if I hear anything.
Yeah, you pound on the doors. You don't really hear anything.
Now, do I see anything moving?
No, not on the motion detector. Do us a power roll for your gadget.
That's down. Is that where it says power, right?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you're good. You don't get any. It's only if you get a face hugger that the power goes down. So
Right.
you're good. You know it's still full up.
So I'll check out. I'll go up and down any lift. I'll keep an eye on that one skittering through the vents. And
Yep,
if I
cool.
don't, I'll let the others know that the only thing I've seen living and moving is down in this half of the ship.
Yeah.
I think maybe we've taken out the grown-ups between us somehow.
Mm.
Well, not that I did much.
Of course, there might be cluster of eggs here and there. Other than those
Well,
skittery ones.
I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking in every room. The only rooms I haven't gone in is the quarters, the living quarters, because I'm worried if I open the door, one might get out.
Yes, I think I would avoid going in there if I were you.
So, you know, and if I don't open the door and there is one in there, it's just going to stay in there. So it'd be better to, I mean, the way I'm thinking at the moment, it'd be better to blow up this half of the ship.
I think you're probably
Yeah.
right. Do you want to check on that clone and see if it's degraded yet?
And the what? And the what?
The clone, Hicks.
Clone.
Is he degraded yet?
Oh, Hicks. Okay, look, he's in there, isn't he? Yeah, I'll go and have a look at Hicks.
Yeah, you go and poke your head. Well, you sort of poke your head, have a look through the glass door. He's still in the med pod. He hasn't moved, and it looks like he really hasn't moved. He hasn't even turned over or fidgeted. You know what I mean? He, you know, unless you go right in and have a look. Do you go right in?
No.
All right. So yeah, it just looks like he's dead still. Like from where you are, you can't even tell if he's breathing or not.
Do you want me to go and check if he's breathing or not?
Yeah, just a basic check.
Okay, so I'll go in.
Be careful.
All right. So
Be careful.
you go inside the room, and then inside the room is this like glass med pod that he's inside. So you go up and you look through the glass of it, and you cannot see his chest moving at all. You know, you don't even think he's breathing.
It doesn't look like he's even breathing. His chest isn't moving or anything.
Seems like the half-life of that clone has expired.
Right. Well, I'll carry on. I literally want to search every single room, every single corner.
Important question though, are we even able to blow up that half? Like, are there any generators here we can overload, or is there anything that would create...
Yeah, there's a sub-level on that
Blast.
floor with the engines. There's engines at the front and the back. There's a
True.
reactor on the front, so
Yeah.
we can blow up either. And I'm programming furiously Way to have control for detonation on the
Good.
timer. So.
Good.
Self-destruct.
Yeah.
Clack 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 clack.
Right. Well, I literally want to check every single nook and cranny and corner of this entire ship before I go back.
All right, cool. So you spend. I mean, it's going to take you a good few hours. So you spend like, you know,
and
a good
I'll-
few hours doing that.
I'll go in here and reload on food and drinks.
Yeah, there's sparse now. You know, you're left with like, I don't know, bounties or something that the last on the shelf. You know what I mean?
Coconut.
Which is the coconut ones. Yeah. All the coconut ones are left. So yeah, you and you know, yeah, you can fill up your. I mean, you could grab. There's stuff like, I don't know what equivalent of like, fucking pot noodles and stuff.
I'll just grab as much as I can fit in all my pockets and stuff.
Yeah, and you've got a little backpack. You cram all that food in.
Yeah.
You can bring stuff for
You're eating for two
other
now.
people, because you know, yeah, you.
That's not funny.
It's a bit funny.
Oh, Cassie.
That's,
Shocking. That's tickled him, hasn't it?
yeah. Mean, just mean.
He's very
You're
happy
mate.
about this.
Just be looking after you.
I'm 12 years old, you know.
Already pregnant.
It's not really pregnancy, is it? It's more
No, I'm
that
not
you're
pregnant.
you're
No,
you're
it's somewhat
it's
worse.
a
than pregnancy,
parasitic
I imagine.
host from hell.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
pregnancy is, right?
I will sure
Yeah.
that is true. I will check out. Once I've got the program set up, I will check out the med lab facilities to see if the X-ray machine is operational, and if not, then I'll set about repairing it if I can. If it's a software problem, I can do it. If it's a hardware problem, I might struggle.
Yeah. On the side that you're at, you mean?
Yeah,
For those med pods and scanners, they're
yeah.
fine. They're undamaged. You could use those.
Oh, brilliant. I'll get on the comm. Look, good news, Cassie. All the med facilities here haven't been tampered with, so we can get that queen out of you.
Excellent. Well, as soon as I finish looking at every single part of this ship, I'll come back and you can get it out of me.
Okay.
What happens once it gets cut out? Is it still alive, or does it just...
You stand there with your flamethrower. And
I'm
the doctor
working
can
on a
throw it.
solution.
Can suppository it to
Working on a
death.
solution.
Yeah.
We throw it in the
I
air.
told you that's not the case. I have a very strong ginger tea. I'm going to brew it.
I'm going to make it
My
nauseous.
special recipe.
I have morning sickness, you know.
You all seem to forget that all my medical roles actually were successes. So you
It's
need
true,
to start.
To be fair.
You need to start to trust me on these.
Yeah, okay.
How is everyone else doing while Cassie's robbing the mess hall, robbing
like
all
to-
the vending machines?
Actually, try to get something to drink. Make myself a tea. Not a
Yeah.
ginger tea though.
You got a kettle?
Let's go back to you guys here and see how you're doing. Cassie's off gallivanting around the ship, chasing baby facehuggers around and whatnot. Jorg, what are you doing? You've completely sealed that door.
Yeah.
It's like safe your side.
Knowing that the medical pod works, if I jump in that, can I get it to heal my leg a bit further?
Oh, that's a really good idea. Let's have a look at the healing thing. I think how it works is it has a like ridiculous, like 10 dice, 10 d6s. Healing, there we go. Okay. So your critical injury has a specific effect, and I think that's still got a few days. What was it? Busted kneecap.
Ooh.
It was 2d6 days.
Yes.
I don't remember what you rolled for the 2d6.
I believe that ended up being 6.
Ugh.
I think it was pretty fucking awful.
Yeah, could have been worse, I suppose.
Yeah, cool. So, well, let's say if let's find the thing, because you're down a little bit of health as well, aren't you? Actual health points. Aren't
By
you down
one point, yeah.
Yeah, so you could, at the very least, you could heal that up. In fact, is it on? Let's have a look in the compendium.
Oh,
and
good
see
luck.
If it's in there. It's called like Paulson or something. Be great if it was that. No, it's not that. Make up a random name and Falling. Oh, not bad. Appalling Medpod. Appalling Medpod. From basic wound repair, reprogram surgical procedures such as appendectomy, cesarean section. Good to know. It can be programmed with a +2 Comtech roll and has a medical aid skill level of 10.
Ooh, nice.
So what I'll say is, this is a bit cheeky with the rules, but so you can program it with a Comtech roll. You get +2 to program it, and then it will give you 10d6, but it can't push it. So it just has a 10d6, and for every success, it will heal you up like one of your healing points. But what I'll say is, if you get extra successes, each one will knock a day off of your healing
Nice.
for your actual injury.
Someone with good contact, come here, please, because
I'll scamper out of the bridge where I've left various computer programs running, you know. And where? Oh, what? I'll head over to the med lab.
Yeah, Yorg's in there.
Yeah. I'll plug in my diagnostic for a +2. Right, you are.
Nice.
And help out. Am I alone with
Yeah,
Jorg
so
at the
you
moment,
can,
or is anyone else with us?
yeah. You are alone with Jorg at the moment. Mitch and the doctor in the science lab. So you're in the med lab over here, right?
Okay.
Are you on the little med lab map?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So you're both in there. One success.
Woo, look at all those blooming
did
dice
you-
rolls, and you got one.
Did you take your did you take your +2 because it's not for your gadget, but because of the actual it's
Oh
a
no,
core
I
net,
didn't
you get
take that.
+2
I
anyway.
took it from my gadget, so I've got another 2d6. Is that right?
Yeah, so you can either just do a reroll, or you could oh, there you go. Nice, another 6. So you've got 2 successes,
Excellent.
which is cool. You've done it anyway. So and then what you want to do is roll between the two of you. I'm not going to roll it because I can't roll any fucking 6s on 10d6. But roll 10d6, and each 6, 1 6 will heal up Jorg's 1 point of injury, 1 point of health.
Go on, Jorg.
And then if you get any more, they'll knock a day off his healing.
You do it.
there's 2
Ooh,
6s.
nice. So one of them puts your health back up to full, and the other one knocks a day off of your injury healing.
Not too bad.
Cool. And if you say like rested for the whole day and then the next day you did it again, you could try it again.
Well, I mean, we've got 12 hours waiting, so
Yeah.
I'll sit at one of the doorways with the machine gun.
I'll get on the comms and say to Cassie, "You all right over there?"
Yeah, I'm eating. I'm walking around. I'm not seeing any aliens.
Oh, that's good news, I suppose.
Bear with me a second.
Is this, I wonder, a good time for a bio break / cup of tea?
Ooh, cup of tea
I
sounds
think
good.
that'd be a great plan.
All right.
Yeah, awesome. And then really we'll just, unless anyone's got other stuff they need to be doing, we could just fast forward until this is all out of the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Quick cup of
Awesome.
tea.
All right then.
All right.
Wicked. All right, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Starving now.
Oh.
Oh, it's a Kit Kat. Brilliant. All right, are we back?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So,
I apologize for the noise in the background. I think it should be over by now.
I can't hear anything.
No, I didn't hear
before.
anything.
Okay.
Nice. All right, cool. So I think Mitch and the Doctor, like, you could do. What did you want to do, Doctor? You wanted to research, like, read up on all this research. Both of you could do this, or you could assist. One of you could assist the other one.
I can assist the doctor. I
see.
have like basic medical knowledge, so
All right, so that would
Might be
give the
helpful.
Doctor an extra dice to do your roll. So what did we say you could do? You could do it as an observation roll, and then I mean, unless you can think of something better in your skills to use, because you're, well, you know, this is the same thing. You're not, you know, you're a medical doctor of humans. This isn't a study of humans. That's why it's a study to read a load of research. So I think observation, or you could do medical aid but have a penalty.
No, observation is okay.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
you'll get a +1 dice from Mitch helping you anyway. Unless, Mitch, you did your command thing, or is that only in combat?
let me check actually. I thought it was combat only, but
Because you might be able to, like, maybe you could do it as a, you know, as a,
no,
you know, not a,
in combat.
is it-
It's
Okay.
combat
Okay.
specific, yeah.
+1.
That's cool. Yeah, +1, yeah. Okay, 3 successes, but 2 panics. Ignore that panic for a minute, because you've all been hours now, and you haven't had any, like, run-ins with any aliens or anything. So I think ignore that panic, and everyone put your stress down back to 0, because it's 5-10 minutes, you lose 1 point of stress, you know, and you've been like hours. Cassie's been
Sorry.
gallivanting around the ship for hours. Get together.
Put it on 1. No, it's on 0. Okay.
Yeah, put
How
it
do
down
I
to
even
0.
put it on
everyone.
0? I can't. Ah, like that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone can do that.
Are we on 0? Well, I was on
Yeah.
2, so now I'm on
Yeah,
1.
you can put it. No, you can. So for 5 or 10 minutes, you reduce it by 1, and you've been hours, so you can
Okay.
reduce it back to 0.
Excellent.
So this means that with all your study, you can get an extra +2 if you, you know, to do this procedure to try and remove this alien baby out of
need
Cassie
another
with
pen?
the med lab. Another glass of water. I need a bigger glass. Okay, that's cool. So
You know, the procedure was to put my glass on the tummy so I can
On the
hear it
stomach.
and poke with it.
I'm so glad you clarified that procedure. I didn't want to. My mind was thinking way worse than that.
Glass on the tummy. I like that.
Yeah,
It's nice and child friendly.
Yeah.
yeah. PG.
What did you think?
I don't
Well,
know.
you know,
I don't know what to think.
given your history, you know, I had no clue. It wasn't just putting a glass on the belly though. I'm glad that's what you've said. It is. All right, brilliant. So, Professor and you're in the med lab. You're all good.
Yeah, just watching Jorg heal, really, and monitoring the med display.
Cool. And then Cassie, you are still gallivanting around the ship, and you know, you've been, like we say, you've been a while because you're like searching everything, every like room. You're like, let's go back on here for a minute. So yeah, right over here, you're, you know, searching. You remember there was an alien. You'd seen it on the monitor, and it was down on the below level. Let me zoom out a bit and find where you are. So it was, you figured down these stairs. There was like a blip moving around when you guys were downstairs because it couldn't get through. You'd kind of woke it up, but it was too big to get through vents, so you stayed out of its way. So you know there was one down there.
Right. And
You know it was a big one.
And it's not coming up on my movement tracker now.
No, it's not. But then I suppose it's only 4 zones. So you'd be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you would see it. Yeah, it's not moving about. You know that doesn't mean it's not there. It means it's just probably like they hibernate. You just sit still.
Well, I'll be checking out that area anyway, just to check that it's
All
still
right.
there. Because mostly I want to make sure if there are any aliens, they're all in this half of the ship.
Okay. So yeah, when you still see the odd movement of. Where's my line gone again? You still see the odd movement like through the vents. Skittering around through the vents. You think there's just a facehugger in the vent somewhere? So time ticks on. Anything anybody else has got on their mind right now, or are you just still continuing to do what you're doing?
Well, I'm ready to perform my new learned actions and skills on Cassie and save her life.
All right. So what? Maybe you go on the intercom?
Yeah.
And just shout over the tannoy?
Yes. Boop, 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 boop. Cassie! Hello.
Hello?
Where are you?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
It's kind of horrifying.
It is.
Well, I have a surprise for you. I found out how to get rid of your parasitic newborn.
And will the professor help
Not
too?
born yet.
Will the professor help too?
What do you need the professor for?
She doesn't answer that.
You want to rise my stress level?
No. I'll be there soon. I've just got a few more areas to check.
But keep in mind that it's still growing. So.
I know. But I need to check the whole ship, and then I'll be back.
All right.
Thank you. I'll bring Snickers.
Fairly bag up. Okay, Cassie, give me a observation check.
Okay.
You can have +1 dice because at this end of the ship it's really quiet.
Okay.
One
one
success.
success.
Cool. Okay. So you hear some kind of like it's coming from below. You know when you went down into this part here, under there where you found the compression suits and stuff. You hear like a big like clunking noise. You hear like a bit of a racket. It isn't the noise of aliens. And then you hear as if there's like some stomping about, and then you start to hear really faint because you're still like the next floor above, but you start to hear like the sound of voices. It's it's like a, through masks. It's not like really clear, but you definitely hear. Yeah, and when you come out here, in here, you can hear it from down in that deck below.
Is there any way can I get in the vents and go down that way and sneak about and try and check out what it is?
Sure, like you get yourself in a vent. Say, where do you want to? You could like hop into like one of these.
Yeah, and there.
You kind of know your way. So, as you climb yourself into there, you can hear this noise of whoever it is getting closer and closer. It doesn't sound like it does not sound like somebody that's kind of. Let me just put them on. You poke your. You get the vent thing back on and you're looking out, and you see. So say you get into this vent here, right? Then you see coming out from the vent. You see these guys. I'll show you Shift Z. You see a bunch of these guys. They look like they are like sort of armored up. They've got this great big like suit. They're quite bulky and slow. They've got like you can see they've got they're armed. They've got pulse rifles, and one of them, like a bunch of these guys climb out. Boop. Boop. So a bunch of these guys start climbing out of here, and you can see that. Where is he again? Got these pulse rifles. You can see as you're there, one of them's got a motion tracker, and he's checking around, and he's like,
I'll keep very still.
Yeah, and then you see this fellow. I'll show you a picture of him. This guy. Now he is not armoured up. Looks very businessy. But clearly they're following him. He climbs out of the thing as well, and you see them start like advancing up the ship. Let me just check, because I think there's a fair chunk of these guys. Just check how many there are. So you keep dead still. So obviously they don't see you. They also have like you've seen the professor has like these containment things, like pretty small containment things that they wheel along. You get the idea that if they can capture anything, it's going in these.
Where do they come from?
Well, you do remember that down there was like an airlock. So if somebody has like brought a ship close, connected to the ship, they've come through there. Just check how many of these guys are there.
So the only way into the other half of the ship is on this level, right?
And to the other half of the ship, yeah, is the midship corridor, that long corridor.
Right.
So you watch these guys, the 6 of these guys that come on. So, and this fella who they answer to sends them all to check stuff. You see, he himself goes into the bridge. He seems to have some kind of gadget that he can hack the terminals very easily, or like he just knows what the codes are and he's punching the codes in to get in. So he takes one of these guys with him, and these other guys start just like kind of doing what you were doing. They're scouring the ship. So he goes in here. So you see them like leave your line of sight as they all nip into various rooms. What do you want to do, Cassie?
Well, for now, I've just got to sit very still, otherwise they'll know I'm there. And they'll either try and capture me or shoot me.
Very wise.
So, I guess... see, I've got 2 choices. I can try and get ahead of them and warn the others and get this half of the ship blocked off if possible. Or I can wait until they've left and then contact the others and warn them. But in which case I'll get trapped on this side of the ship. But I think we can assume they're not good guys. They're evil corporate guys.
Yeah, that's a fair observation.
So, I mean, my best bet might be to try and just clamber ahead of them through the vents. Get
Yeah,
up to
you could do
that. They'll just assume that I'm a face hugger in the vents.
Yeah, that's true.
But they might try and... Well, it looks to me like they want to capture rather than kill.
Yeah, they definitely look like they've come to get something. You know, they are armed, but you know, they're also like I say, they're carrying these like containment things around.
So, I mean, I can start. Well, I guess like Cassie's thing is, well, she's dead anyway. So, I think if she just starts clambering through the vents to get to... Which is that, like a comms unit there? What does the comms unit look like, or is that one there?
Yeah, they're all intercom things. They're terminals. So I think the TV ones are the ones that you can, you know, search for information and check the scanners and all that sort of stuff. And the little round ones are where you can talk either over the tannoy or, you know, you could talk to a specific part of the ship.
So I'll try and get to here and warn the others. And if I can do that, if I warn the others and tell them they need to prepare to shut one of the doors behind me permanently. Otherwise these guys are coming through, and they have, like, they've got cards or whatever to get through. So, I mean, step 1 would be to try and get to here without getting caught.
Yeah.
So
you could do that.
I've got let me just see. No. I don't have any special skills. I mean, I just have to use my mobility.
Okay.
For trying to scramble through the vents as quickly as possible.
All right, cool. So while you consider about doing that, and you sort of get yourself ready to scarper, you see this main guy come out, and he's got some kind of communication thing going with all his guys, and he starts marching up towards the other end of the ship, and they all immediately start coming out to follow him, and it looks like he's got a mission. They stop looking in all the rooms, and again he gets to the door and he punches in a code. It's like he just conveniently magically knows what the code is. So they all march off through here, and when you see them going through, you notice that although they're keeping an eye out, they're not like being super careful and checking they're not using the motion trackers. They're just being wary, but they're all advancing up the ship, so you can scarper up ahead without without them noticing.
Right, okay.
So you could, if your plan is to get to the midship corridor and then just bez it down the corridor to the other, because there's no vents through the corridor, so
No.
if you can get to the ship, the corridor before they can, then you've got a good head start.
I'm not gonna have time to warn the others, am I?
It depends. Like once you get to the corridor, or I don't know, perhaps you could, if you could get ahead, maybe you could like jam one of the other doors or something.
I could try.
Like say if you got to here,
Mm.
And shut it behind you, or even the other one, you could maybe there. You could like just like you've seen it done on the living quarters, where the panels they've been shot or sabotaged, smashed up. You could do that. At least slow them down a bit.
Right, I'll try that then.
Nice.
So first I'm going to try and get ahead of them.
Nice. So they're all like marching. You bez it through the vents. And you're small and you're pretty nimble, so you get ahead of them. You can hear them as you get to like about there, where they get through these couple of doors, and you bez it through the vents, carry on through the vents, past the storage unit to that where the airlock is, and it's pretty tense because you're aware that they're on their way. You start to hear like that door opening.
Right, well I'll just try and bust the controls for this door.
All right.
So I've got a mini flamethrower and a gun. And lots of Snickers and Bounty bars.
Jam it full of Snickers. Just cram it all in.
Smear it with chocolate.
Okay, you could shoot it. You're going to shoot the panel. You're not shooting the hull or anything.
Yeah. So okay, I'll do that. I'll do that first. Okay. I'll get the gun out and I'll shoot the panel.
Okay, awesome. So you can do a ranged combat roll. You can have a +2 because it's only a panel.
Okay.
Doesn't matter so much about the damage as long as you can actually hit the thing.
Right.
You'll be fine. 1 success, perfect. So you shoot the panel, and then you can hear
Can I also
from
have a
from
go?
down there.
Get my mini flamethrower out and just
Fry it
whatever's
as
left
well.
of it. Yeah, fry it.
Yeah, you can do that. You do that as well. So you melt it all to shit, all the wires melt in.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna leg it to the nearest comm
Yeah.
unit and let the others know.
Nice.
So
you've
we've got to get
definitely
this ship
slowed these guys
separated.
down.
Yeah, so we've got to get this ship
Yeah.
separated now.
You've definitely slowed them down. So you're gonna hear this like carry on at the back of there, and you bez it through the. Let's put you on this map for a second so you can see how long it is. So you're basically gonna bez it. God, it's massive. There's Cassie, like here, and all the guys are like here at the other side of the door. So you bez it right down that corridor.
Yeah.
Past the separation lock.
Yeah.
You're pegging it.
Can I shoot that as well?
You can. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Once I get on the other side, I'll shoot that as well. Shall I roll for it again?
Well, bear in mind that this one is the one that's rigged to explode.
Right. Okay. So no, I won't shoot that one then, in case I break it.
You could do it with this one or the one before, and because all these little lines are like extra doors.
Okay, I'll do it with
any of those.
every single one apart from the middle one.
All right, brilliant. So you just do that. You don't need to roll for everyone, and you know this is going to slow these guys down a fair chunk, and then that makes it that you can get to where everyone else is now. Is it here? And then you get through the rest of the ship. Let me find your little token again. Here we go. And you buzz it up to the left. Give me a stamina roll as you get to the end of here, because you've been pegging it down that corridor.
On success again.
Cool. So again, you feel this cough start to like you get short of breath and stuff, but you keep your shit together, and that's it. You get up into the lift. Everyone's there.
Well, you seem to be
seem
to be fine, Jorg. What?
Coming. People coming.
I will.
I've shut the doors out so they can't get through. There's a corporate guy and soldiers, and they're all got armors, and they're looking for the aliens, and we need to.
How did they
Professor,
get?
I thought we had 12 hours.
We did have 12 hours. I'll scramble up to the bridge, and check the displays. Bloody hell! They've docked already. They must have accelerated. Shit.
Can we blow up that half of the ship? Can we split the ship and blow that half up?
I'll check my programs that have been running, and I've got my Seegson system diagnostic device. I'll plug the two in, and I've got a remote control on this.
Doctor?
Yes, doctor.
Doctor. Get this baby out of me now, please.
We can do this. It will take some time though, like at
I'm
least
scared.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Fucking
4 whole minutes.
Done.
Wow, that's the quickest alien C-section ever.
Of course.
Okay.
I'll say.
While I was waiting for you, I gathered some instruments that will be helpful for our procedure.
A pair of scissors.
I have a balloon,
Stanley knife.
a pair of chopsticks.
Brilliant.
I'll say.
All right,
Professional.
lie down, take a deep breath,
So
and
you
let me
take Cassie through to the med lab, I assume, where the actual
I'm absolutely
gadget
terrified.
We'll seal that
Mitch,
door.
Mitch, are you going through to? Yeah, are you going to help them?
Yeah, I'm a little
Or-
worried now that. But
you're going to assist
yeah,
me.
on the other hand,
With
I
the
don't know.
chopsticks?
I do want to assist you, but they're just people. I mean, no, okay. The professor will hold them off, I'm sure.
Listen,
Okay,
I
yeah,
can
help you.
talk shit with the best of them. I'll convince Weyland-Yutani that we're part of their team. I've got credentials, and I'll just keep bluffing them so they don't murder us all. Get that
But wouldn't it
alien out of
better
Cassie.
be wouldn't it be a better idea to just not let them come here at all?
You don't want them anywhere near us. Don't let them through.
Of course we don't. I'm going downstairs. I'll bluff them and hold them off. And I'll
No,
march
just
down to the
detach
lift.
the half.
Just split the ship in half. Blow the other half up and let's just go.
Absolutely. If completely necessary, I'll be doing that.
I'll go
Alright.
down with you.
Let's start
And,
with the anesthesia. So,
God.
I found this candle. It has a very calming scent. I put it on.
Doctor,
Oh my god.
I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but please take
Mitch,
this
I'm
seriously.
scared. Hold my hand.
Please
Okay,
hold the hand. Take a
I'm
deep breath.
scared too.
Don't say that.
God, are we going to
I mean,
gonna
it's
role
not
play
gonna
an
be
alien
fine.
birth scene at this point? I don't know sure if I can cope.
Where's the bedside manner around here? Seems to be any.
I'm sorry.
Ready.
Oh
Bless
my
her.
god.
So you get Cassie in this med pod, right? And you
I
know,
do,
I'm
like,
hoping you're
calm
gonna
her.
like knock her out with actual anesthetic.
Yes, of course. Like, are you doubting my candle technique?
Um,
Your candle
Now,
technique.
Cassie, I know that you found your own fair share of medical kits that aren't suppositories. If you would rather use one of those kind that is like shots, you know, jabs.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just hand over everything. Use that. Don't stick
Nice.
anything up my bum.
I also have. I'm pretty sure I have some first aid kits.
Uh-huh,
So,
Oh God.
all right, let's start.
Oh, I don't want to see
Alright,
this. Come
so-
on, Jorg. Let's get out of here. Let's go and sort these
We can
fuckers out.
survive this. I want
I
to
like the
Ah.
stress level of everyone is rising.
Abandon me. Why don't you?
We're going to
Poor
stop
Cassie.
these fuckers
Well,
from getting here.
Cassie gets put to sleep. So
Oh,
luckily,
thank God for that.
she doesn't
Ugh.
have to. She doesn't have to suffer any consciously any medical procedures. But Mitch is watching over, so that's cool. So you can do. I mean, this is going to take a bit of time to do it, but you can
4
do
minutes.
a roll now. Yeah,
At
4
least.
minutes.
At least.
Now you need a medical aid roll. You're going to get -2, but you can get an assist from Mitch, and you can get. What did you get before? You got you get an extra
Just that I get
+2.
+2, so it's not.
Yeah. So that'll cancel that 2 out. You get an extra +1, and then
Mhm.
if you've got any other anything else that you can use, then cool. But you know, I mean, you've got a +1. Your medical aid's good anyway, isn't it? And you could always push it if you had to push it.
God. Oh my
fucking
God.
Doctor, please
Shit.
pull
Kill
yourself
her.
together.
Push it.
Yes, you may have to push the roll.
Ah.
That's better. Okay, brilliant. Fucking hell.
Touch and
So,
go there for a moment.
So, yeah, Cassie's asleep. I mean, this is going to take you a bit of a while to do. You just have to think about where you dump that baby when you pull it out of her before you sew her back up.
Yeah, I'm leaving the
Chopsticks.
flamethrower up there.
And I yeet the baby.
You eat the baby.
I
What?
yeet the baby.
Oh, you
Oh.
eat it.
Okay, that's better.
Just fling it. Catch.
I guess we do have a bit of
Jesus.
time to sort out the Weyland-Yutani geezers whilst this procedure's going on.
While
right?
this is going on, yeah. So, so Professor and Jorg, while they're doing their lovely sterile shamanic surgery, Professor Harman Kardon and Jorg, you get to. So you go down to the bottom part of the ship,
Yeah.
whatever that's called, deck. It's not that one, is it?
Now
No,
I
it's this
wonder
one.
what would happen
Just
if I would have eaten the baby.
Oh, you can always
Yeah,
try that.
you know, I do
Bit
kinda
of
wanna do that as
indigestion.
Ew.
Yeah, I think you should definitely try. I mean, you have to get rid of it somehow. You have got those like specimen container things and all that to get it in. If you wanted to put it there, because you know also if you just, I mean, if you flamethrower it, you'll be all right. But if you just shot it, there might be acid, blood everywhere, whatever. Anyway, so while you're wandering that and doing your surgery, the professor and Jorg get down into you go back down into cargo bay 2. Let me find your Jorg. Boop. And Professor. So you get out of the lift.
Yep.
See, there's Emily's head been with a boot print, a little 12-year-old boot print. And you head, I guess you head towards the midship corridor.
Yeah, we'll move the tractor out of the way that we parked there to seal it off.
Yeah.
Reverse. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Right, and I've got my Seegson system diagnostics kit with me, so I'm ready to blow this baby.
Cool. Okay. Just find. And I don't know. Do you and Jorg chat about anything on your way down, or do you just like head over?
Let's assess where these bastards are. If they've already got through the intervening door, there's no point blowing it up now. They'll be on the wrong side. Got to make sure they're on the right fucking side if we're going to blow it.
Yeah, that's why I brought the big one, and I'll just gently pat the smart gun.
Excellent. And we'll...
So, yeah, as you get... You'll hear probably as you're advancing along the talk, and you can hear like some, equipment trying to open a door or whatever.
Oh, right, they're here. Okay, plan B. I'm going to rifle through my suitcase and take out a Weyland-Yutani badge with identifying photo and ID credentials, put my white lab coat on, and get ready to bluff the fuck out of this situation.
Should have taken me.
To bluff.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, as you advance down that corridor, I guess what would happen is you'd kind of bump into each other as you get through to about here, probably, and you'll see this door finally opens, and this guy, and you'll recognise him from Giles' like correspondence to the guy.
Yeah. I'll say as they enter. Yeah, I'll march up, hand out, flash the badge. Goro Saito, I presume. What splendid
and
timing.
He says, Professor, glad to finally meet you.
Yes.
And he shakes your hand and he says, where is our merchandise?
Ah, just being extracted. Med Lab 2. Follow me.
Thank you. And he starts to follow you, and all these fellas start to traipse along behind you as well.
I will have that
And they are...
diagnostic kit, you know, and I'll be side-eyeing Jorg, going, I think we've got this situation under control, they're buying it.
I'll have
And
to see.
go on, Jorg.
I have to see. I'm gonna keep my hand on the trigger. Either way.
And this fella walks along beside the professor, quite happy and quite chatty.
I'm acting as casual as I possibly can.
They'll say...
Better take the left corridor, that one's sealed up.
Indeed, thank you for all your help so far. It's appreciated.
Oh, I'm very helpful.
And I think, given the time, I'm going to call it. And we'll have one more session where it all wraps up in a lovely way, or all kicks off and goes to shit.
Either way, it will end.
See.
It will, there'll be an end.
Either way, it'll be the last one.
They're in a lovely corridor for me, so
Jorg, if you want to, you can do a observation check while you're traipsing along. See what you think of these guys.
Nothing
mind.
at all. Not a sausage.
Oblivious. You can push it if you want to. Don't have
I'm
to.
gonna give it a shot. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Nothing
Jesus.
at all. No.
Alright.
Your the helmet is like covering your eyes a bit, you know. Brilliant.
Oh, nice
Bloody
one.
hell.
I've got all the eyepieces in now. It's a little bit too much data.
Fogged up. Yeah. Awesome. All right, wicked. Well, we'll call it there, and we'll wrap it up next time, and we'll do a little bit of advancement.